The Battle of Turtle Gut Inlet was an important, early naval victory for the Continental Navy and the future father of the American Navy, Captain John Barry. It was the first privateer battle of the American Revolutionary War. The battle resulted in the first American casualty of the war in New Jersey, Lieutenant Richard Wicks, brother of Captain Lambert Wicks. It was the only Revolutionary War battle fought in Cape May County. Background: to prevent the Americans from receiving war supplies through the port of Philadelphia, the British Navy established a blockade of the Delaware Bay. This fleet included over 240 cannons. The Americans then fortified the river with chevaux de frise in the shipping channel. To transport gunpowder and arms, Robert Morris of the Pennsylvania Committee of Safeties chartered the newly built brig, also called Brigantine, Nancy, and her captain, Hugh Montgomery on March 1, 1776. On March 14, 1776, John Barry was commissioned captain of the 14-gun Lexington in the Continental Navy. In early June, the privateer Nancy loaded supplies in the Caribbean islands of St. Thomas and St. Croix. She then sailed for Philadelphia with 386 barrels of gunpowder, 50 firelocks, 101 hogsheads of rum, and 62 hogsheads of sugar and sea on board. In mid-June, Barry was alerted by Morris that Nancy was headed his way, and would need protection since she had only an 11-man crew and 6 cannons. Barry was soon joined by the 18-gun Reprisal, captained by Lambert Wicks, and the 8-gun Wasp, captained by William Halleck, and headed for Cape May. The British blockade forces were led by the 28-gun HMS Liverpool, captained by Henry Bellew, and included the 32-gun HMS Orpheus, captained by Charles Hudson, and the 16-gun HMS Kingfisher, captained by Alexander Graham. Also at this time, the vanguard of the British fleet of over 100 ships was set to enter New York Harbor on the morning of June 29. Battle. Late on the afternoon of June 28, a lookout on Kingfisher spotted Nancy sailing toward Cape May and began chase, followed by Orpheus. Nancy and the pursuing British were spotted by the American lookout at Cape May. Captain Barry, on Lexington, received a message by flag code from Nancy that she needed help. Barry in turn signaled Reprisal and Wasp and then met with their captains to plan a response. Longboats from Lexington, Wasp, and Reprisal, led by Lieutenant Richard Wicks, set out to assist Nancy. In the early hours of June 29, pursued by the British Orpheus and Kingfisher and blocked from entering the Delaware Bay, Nancy headed for the nearby Turtle Gut Inlet in a heavy fog. She soon ran aground, while the larger British ships were kept to deeper waters. Although still out of range but sailing closer, the British shelled Nancy, while the Americans attempted to salvage the cargo, especially the gunpowder kegs. Barry organized the crews into 2 operations. One group returned cannon fire to keep the British from boarding. The other transferred the cargo onto longboats and rowed to shore where local residents helped unload and secure it behind the dunes. By late in the morning of June 29, 265 to 286 kegs of gunpowder had been removed, and the British bombardment had heavily damaged Nancy. Barry ordered the mainsail wrapped around 50 pounds of gunpowder to create a long fuse running from the nearly 100 gunpowder kegs remaining in the hole to the deck and over the side. The fuse was lit as the crew abandoned ship, while one last sailor climbed the mast to remove the American flag. The British thought the lowering of the flag was a sign of surrender and quickly boarded Nancy. By then the fuse had reached the hold. The gunpowder exploded with a huge blast felt for miles which killed many British. Captain Graham reported the loss of his master's mate and 6 men on longboats from Kingfisher. Lieutenant Richard Wicks, brother of Captain Lambert Wicks of Reprisal, was killed by British cannon fire near the end of the battle. Aftermath. The battle demonstrated the resourcefulness of the American forces to the British. As a result, the British Navy moved their blockade of Philadelphia further away from the Cape May area. The heroics of Captain John Barry in salvaging most of the gunpowder cargo and driving off 2 Royal Navy ships was quickly noted, an important step in his career. Following the battle, Captain Wickes, on reprisal, continued with his mission to the West Indies. Lieutenant Richard Wickes is buried at the Cold Spring Presbyterian Church Cemetery. A section of the cemetery, Veterans Field of Honor, is dedicated to his memory. The Seal of Wildwood Crest and the Seal of the Wildwood Crest Historical Society each contain a drawing of the brigantine Nancy in honor of the battle. In 1922, Cape May County filled in Turtle Gut Inlet. The site is now remembered by a small park gallery. Wildwood Crest Battle of Turtle Gut Inlet Memorial Park, Battle of Turtle Gut Inlet plaque. Cold Spring Presbyterian Church Cemetery, Lieutenant Richard Wickes gravestone, Lieutenant Richard Wickes Memorial, Veterans Field of Honor. Bibliography. Donnelly, Mark P. Deal, Daniel. The Battle of Turtle Gut Inlet. Pirates of New Jersey. Mechanicsburg, Pa. Stackpole Books. ISBN 9780811706674. Dorwart, Jeffrey M. Cape May County, New Jersey. The Making of an American Resort Community. New Brunswick, NJ. Rutgers University Press. ISBN 0-8135-17842. Johnson, Robert Amandus. St. Croix 1770–1776. The First Salute to the Stars and Stripes. ISBN 9781425970086. Mays, Terry M. Historical Dictionary of the American Revolution. Lanham, Maryland. Scarecrow Press, Inc. ISBN 978-8108-6066-7. Morgan, William James, ed. Naval Documents of the American Revolution, American Theater. May 9, 1776, July 31, 1776 5. Washington, D.C. Naval History Division, Naval Historical Center, Department of the Navy. Williams, Thomas. America's First Flag Officer, Father of the American Navy. Bloomington, Indiana. Author House. ISBN 9781434386533-3.